How does one reinvent the wheel that is tower defense games? Why not put you in control of the tower itself? Tower, out for PC via Steam, is just that. You not only control the tower and its main and secondary weapons, but modify and adapt the tower to defend from the onslaught of robotic terrorists known as the Imperial, and defend your home planet of Tauria. Most tower defense games are more linear, with your tower generally designated to the very end of a map or path, and your defenses spread across said pathway to keep it safe. Tower alters this by putting you smack dab in the middle of the map. This change is necessary because of the player control of the prime turret and its secondary fire ability, which is important since your tower and its defenses are attacked from every side. When you first start the game, your player-controlled tower is all you have. The tower is configured with a prime turret, set with a railgun as primary fire and a mortar as secondary fire. As you complete missions, you are rewarded with credits and resources to improve the player-controlled tower, but can also unlock tower additions and modifications to further defend yourself more effectively. These are unlocked via a tech tree, and nearly every option is stacked, allowing for tiered improvements in one selection. After unlocking tower additions, these can then be used in-game, but at a cost. The same resources earned to unlock and improve the tower and tower additions are used to unlock spaces where these additions can be placed. This is where resource management comes into play and can be a bit frustrating for new players. One of my key gripes is that tower additions cannot be added to your tower before deploying into a mission. You must push these changes to your tower once you begin a mission, but as you move through more and more missions, you develop a strategy and placement idea before the first set of enemies move in. The one key thing to appreciate is that your tower setup will follow you throughout the game unless additions are destroyed by the enemy. So your focus should be efficiency and keeping those additions working, then resource management will become a breeze. The spaces you are able to populate vary in cost, but also vary in what each space can do. Most of the spaces are reserved for your automated turrets, support droid towers, aircraft control, and so on. The outlying spaces cost more to unlock, but open the potential for shield batteries and more to further protect the tower. What I truly find annoying is that tower runs you through controls as you are playing via a pop-up in the top left corner of your screen. While great for running through new features or subtle reminders, there is no way to modify those controls, nor is there a way just to see what they are via the options menu. I found myself within the first few games accidentally hitting shift, which changes the shooting style of the prime turret from ground-based to air-based. I had no idea what I had pressed to change it, and the game took until an actual air raid mission to tell me what to do. In a game like this, the controls should be simple, yes, but the fact that it takes going through several different missions to learn the controls is frustrating and should be a priority for the dev to include this in the options. Polygons everywhere, like everywhere. Trees, rocks, enemies, drones, etc. are all sharp edges shaped into the living world-esque environment. This isn't necessarily to say it's a bad thing, as I feel like game of this genre benefits from this. Echo Entertainment is a one-person shop, so their effort is not lost upon me. The different areas you are supposed to defend are varied ecosystems, whether it's a tundra area, hillside, desert, or forest. Everything graphics-wise lines up with those environments and looks great. The color palettes are not overbearing and align with their respective ecosystems. You're looking at more of an analog to Earth, which means no harsh purples or greens or oranges or whatever you may see in some other off-Earth alien games. There's a story to this game, which, for a tower defense game, seems odd. You are a Taurian. Taurian? Am I saying that right? Yeah? Okay. As a Taurian, you find your homeworld suddenly attacked by an insurgency drone force simply called the Imperial Faction, whose goal is galactic conquest. Your job is to defend your planet from the onslaught and keep them from spreading their influence further. I do appreciate a good story, and I also appreciate any effort to include one, but once you're past that intro screen describing what I just told you, that's basically it. Echo Entertainment has a near solid foundation to work with, but does nothing to expand on the story other than endgame stats showing the ratio of Taurian to Imperial forces, which follows your success or failure on the previous mission. I could see the possibility of fleshing out the story as you play several different missions, maybe showing how the invasion is going depending on your successes and failures via cutscenes in between missions. You don't have this though, so for a story about an alien invasion on a drone homeworld, I was yearning for more and left to my own devices. As a tower defense game on PC, it seems like it's in a good position to fill the time waster category if you're waiting for another game to install on your PC or on your console of choice. There is some strategy to this game when determining your upgrade path, deployment of systems, and using resources, but it's not a hardcore game and fortunately doesn't market itself as such. This is where part of the time waster problem lies with this game. is that the repetitiveness of the maps doesn't yield much other than maybe a few hours of play. I don't see myself revisiting this game often like I would with something like Faster Than Light, unless I really did have some time to kill and didn't care what I played. As mobile gaming continues to take strides to increase quality, accessibility, playability, and more, this just doesn't seem to be a fit for a PC market. I can actually see myself opening up my phone and playing this while waiting for my kids to get out of school, or waiting at the doctor's office for the nurse to call me back. It's not without saying that this game is not bad, it just requires more to justify the $25 price tag. I think what got to me the most was a lack of controls to customize, or even a list that helped refresh my memory as I'm working through several other games at the same time. Adding in cutscenes to flesh out the story and immerse me further into the lore would be a wonderful addition, and maybe a variety of maps in addition to the 4 to 5 environments that we do have would help break the repetitiveness that you feel after 20 to 30 minutes. Maybe this would do better to serve the mobile market than it would the PC market, but it's a toss-up depending on who you are and how you play games. There's always a level of risk releasing your game on mobile, since that market is indeed saturated, but take your chances and optimize it for Android and iOS alike.